Right, good morning. Feather Stitch House, hosted by Rebecca Tamasari. Pick of the pots, and we've got an awful one this week, but never mind. So we've got the colour silver, pearl stitch, and a hand shape. Even Rebecca went, oh. So anyway, this is what I'm going to do. So it's been a week. I think Rebecca did the same. I'm going to do a reverse applique. So I've got a piece of silvery grey wool felt here. I'm going to do a Hamsa hand. So I've drawn that on there. I'm going to cut that out in a moment. I'm not going to do all the squiggles and wiggles because they're just not going to show. If I sew it with silver thread, they're not going to show. So what I've done, because I didn't have any silver fabric, I have this weird organza-y stuff here. So I've put another piece of felt with 3 layers of this on top, and I've stuck it through my embellisher machine, hammered it to pieces, poor thing. I was originally going to cut this out and applique it on, but I thought no, because I need the outline for it to be able to show the stitch. So I'm going to do it in the reverse. For a silver thread, I've got this metallic Gutermann, which my sewing machine absolutely detests, so I use it for hand sewing now. So I'm going to give that a go. I'm not quite sure if it's going to work actually, if it's just going to keep bobbling up on me. So I'm all threaded up. The one thing I am going to put on when this is done, I've got a silver leaf or silver coloured leaf here. I am going to put the eye on when that is appliqued underneath, if that makes sense. So there we are. Now I've not done pearl stitch. I have done coral stitch, which as Rebecca says is very similar. So yeah, I'm just going to cut this out and I'll place the other one behind, obviously, and then we'll use the, oh, I don't know actually, no, hang on, let me think about that. I was thinking I'll use the coral, the pearl stitch to actually stick them together, but I don't know if it's going to go through to the back far enough. It's going to be a double thickness. Sorry, I'm probably not making much sense. I'm kind of thinking this on the hoof actually. Let me just concentrate and cut this out first of all. So I hope you're having a good day. Anyway, if you hear a lot of dog yapping, there is a very noisy dog groom going on next door. It seems to have gone quiet at the moment, so hopefully the dog is now just being bathed and a lot of the grooming has stopped. So yeah, difficult shape, difficult stitch and colour really. So I did think of doing grey thread, but I've got that silver sewing machine thread, so I thought that'll do. So right, get off my finger, my thumb rather. Right, so I've got that to use on something else at some other point. What I might do, I didn't have another piece of felt big enough to be the exact same size, sadly. I might give that a press before I go any further. Yeah, I think I could do, I think if I do the coral stitch, oh, it's not coral, it's pearl stitch, going around the outside edge first, and then just kind of, how am I going to attach that? Didn't think of that, did I? I'll say it's not the same size, and when you put it on the embellisher machine, it does, the size does decrease anyway. Oop, drop my eyeball. Because we've got to take a little bite, you see, so it's got to be quite a thinnish fabric. Okay, maybe I'll just cross the bridge of attaching that to that. I mean, I could even glue it, I'll be honest with you. But I might just be able to get away with a little bit of running stitch around the edge or something, which would give that quite a nice border actually. I wish I had another bit of felt the same size, but I don't. So anyway, right, Yeah, I think I'm just going to risk it. It might make it a bit wobbly though. Decisions. Gotta make them. Right, first of all, I'm going to mark off my stitches. I think she did about 1/2 centimetre, didn't she? So I can't actually see. You're in my way. Yeah, if I go right, everybody needs to move. If I go right round the outside edge, it might work. Let's do one there. Right, I'm going to mark it up and I'll come back to you when I start the stitching. Won't be long. Okay, so I did some little marks 1/2 centimetre apart. That should look quite effective then. So yeah, I don't know if it's going to work or not, so we'll have to find out. So here we go, 3,000 stitches later. So just need to come out slightly to the side there. Make our little bridge. Actually, you need to come down there. And then backwards over, under. Just have to get it a little bit tighter. There we are. Go on, behave. And the knots just pulled through. Marvellous. Right, okay, start again. It's the trouble, it's not the thickest wool felt ever. So I'm going to have to come back here, I think, back a bit off the edge. The knot just fell through, so, or pulled through, I should say. Right, let's come back here a bit. I'll go on top of that. I should have started way back, but I didn't, so never mind. Right, so through there, in. It hasn't got an awful lot of metallic in this, but it's got enough that's going to be a pain in the you-know-what. Go, 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 go. Right. Okay, so let's pull you tight. Okay, this isn't going to work. Go on, you can do it. That's what I hate about metallics. I think this is why my sewing machine hates it too. It's really, really gone into a super. Right, start again. Don't you just love hand stitching? I do actually. It's quite meditative, isn't it? You can just switch off and this is a new stitch to me. I've done coral stitch before, but this knotted version, which is what we got here, is very new to me. I've gone for short lengths, I haven't gone for long lengths. Let's see if we can start somewhere that's got a little bit more. Right, well, let's just go just before that mark. Okay, right, take a bite and make a little loop. Through there, under there, no, under. I don't know if it's easier in the hoop or not. Right, let's get you nice and tight. Right. Okay, hurrah, first one. Let's do that again. Through left to right and then under there. It's a stitch that I want to work upside down, but I know you have to sort of keep it there. Under there, and out. Pull that tight. Right, okay. I think I'm doing it right. Go and watch Rebecca. Just takes you nice and slowly through it. So through there, under there. Pull you tight before we go any further. And through there. Right, so down. Make a loop. Through the loop. I'll get my hands orientated in a minute. Right, through there, under there, around. And we get a little knot. Okay, I'm going to carry on with this. You are not going to be made to sit and watch me go all the way around. These are 1/2 centimetre spaces. So I'm not that cruel. Let me just finish this one. I'll pause the camera and you can go and grab a cup of tea and come back when it's all the way around. So far, this is what we've got so far. It's kind of showing up. I think it'll be fine. Once I heat erase all those marks, should look a lot better. So I'll let you know how long it's been. So it's 11:20 at the moment, so I'll come back when I'm done. Right, hands up if you shouted at me when I cut this out. Don't do it, do the stitching first. Yeah. Can you shout louder next time, please? I realised my mistake about halfway round. I thought, why did I cut this out? If I'd have left it in and just stitched around and then cut it out, it would have been fine. Do like Rebecca did, you twit. Anyway, right, I'm debating. I think I'm going to cheat mercilessly and just stick that on, you know. The stitching kind of went all right. That thread was a bit of a pain. When you're sort of pulling it tight, it kept locking too tight, so I've had to sort of stop and start quite a lot. It's now 11:56, so that's 36 minutes. Yeah, and that wasn't a lot of stitching. So if I can get into my 3-in-1, yeah. Don't cut it out before you start. Don't do what I did. If I just... Anyway, I've ironed it. I've taken the black marks off, which actually helped an awful lot. It's one of those stitches, like I said, I've never done that before. I've done coral stitch, but not that one. Yeah, and it's like everything. You've got to practice these things. So that's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. Right, let's see if we can mess this up. Let's do it this way, shall we, Suze? It's a good idea. Oh, that was painful. I'm so glad I paused the video. You'd have been screaming. But yeah, don't cut your shape out first. What a wally. Anyway, there we are. I've got a silver sparkly hand. Oh, dearie me. Right, whereabouts do you need to go? About there? Oh, yeah, about there. Right, I'm just going to stitch this on. And I'm going to call it quits, because that was not easy to do. The pearl stitch, I say, was okay. Kind of got it, I think. But that thread was definitely the wrong stuff. Bear with me, I just need to get some white thread. Yeah, still, we learn these things as we go along, don't we? Well, hopefully anyway. I am a bit dense sometimes, so. Oh dear. Come here, you'll do. I don't even know what this is. It's at the bottom of my box of bits and bobs. So, pearl stitch, silver, hand. I've hit all the criteria. Well done me. I'm just going to do a white eyeball thing if I can get the needle threaded. I still haven't decided what I'm going to do with all these. I'm going to end up with a box full of bits. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do. I think what I'll do is just try and stitch all of this down. Let's see if a big giant French knot will hold it all. Yeah, am I happy with it? It's okay. Is it my best work? No, definitely not. But we live and we learn. See, this is my why. Why do you do that, threads? Yeah, it kept knotting sort of halfway as I was putting it through, and then it wouldn't go anywhere, so I had to take it all out, start again. Never mind, eh? I'm not going to do all the fancy stitching because it's not going to show up, because obviously the background is silver as well. Yeah, there was a couple of bits where I did go a little bit wonky donkey, like there. I took too big a bite. I went out a bit. I was off on a journey over there. I've got a gap there. God knows. Oh no, there it is. Yeah, and I had to be careful when I pressed it because to get the black off, because obviously this is a metallic thread and it will melt basically. So anyway, there we are. That'll do. Can we have an easier shape and colour next time? See you next week. Bye.